Welcome, Farumbi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
Good
welcome. Okay,
afternoon.
are you a male? Good afternoon.
Yes,
How come I'm just
yes.
meeting you for the first time?
Well, I, I've, maybe this is my first time of
Okay,
attending
what
the
reading group?
presentation.
What reading group are you in? In what reading group are you?
I'm in group 2A, 2A, ma.
2A. Okay, that's
Yes.
good. Well done. Okay, just a minute. Let me share the link for others to join. Right.
Okay, ma.
Um, Esther Molayo, welcome. Are you also presenting?
No, ma. Good afternoon.
Hear me? Mr. Joshua, can you hear me? Hello? Okay. I'm waiting for others to join. Esther, can you hear me?
Yes, ma. Can you hear you, ma?
Okay. So I've dropped the second link that others can join with. Um I guess some people are joining with the guest link that I shared. Nos Nafisat, what link did you join with? Did you join with the YouTube link or with the first link I sent? Did you join with the first link or the second link? Drop it in the comment section. I'll see your reply. So welcome everyone. Welcome to April presentation. I'm really happy to have us on board. Um, we'll have at least four speakers that'll be presenting on their they'll be presenting on behalf of their reading groups this evening, and we'll be talking about Eat That Frog and Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. Right. So two groups, group A, group 1A and group 1B will present on seven habits, and then group 2A and 2B will present on Eat That Frog. So I believe everybody has representatives now. Please drop a message if you're on this call and encourage others to join us on time because we need to be done as quickly as possible. Okay, you got a YouTube notification. Oh, that's nice. So that means that this comment you dropped is on YouTube presently. right? I'm waiting for our speaker. Is the first speaker joined, and then I think network has logged him out again. So I'm waiting for others to join so we can start right away. Esther, did you read any of the books?
Yes, ma, but I've not really gone far. I only started with it the frog.
You've not done what?
I said I've started reading It's the Frog.
You started, but you've not finished. Why? Since the month of March.
Mm,
Hmm? So next month, you are going to present.
okay, ma.
You don't want to present.
I
Group
want to.
um group 7 habits, because we are going to another set of books next month. 7 habits. Um, group 2. Is reading Eat That Frog. So please encourage your presenter to join on time. Nurse Nafisat, are you presenting on behalf of your group? Tonia, welcome. Bukola Ojodun, welcome. So if you are presenting on behalf of your group, just let me know if you are ready. So I'll bring you up. If you are ready, unmute your mic and start presenting for your group. You have 5 minutes. Please present the most important details. Don't beat about the bush. Present the most important details because your group members will take notes down based on your presentation. And we are going to be selecting the best presenter. Right? So we are going to vote, we are going to write the names of all the presenters down, and then the best presenter will get um, an award, right? So please take note of that, Esther. We'll give an award to the best presenter for tonight and every presentation, every month's presentation. So who is ready to start? Who is ready to start? Is it Joshua? Joshua, are you ready? You are the first to join.
No, ma.
Why are you not ready? So who is ready? Tonya, are you ready?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. I'm ready.
Okay, now introduce yourself and start your presentation.
Okay, my name is. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tonia Chidera. So today I'll be presenting from the book It's the Frog, from chapter 4 to 9. So for the
You are
chapter
representing
4,
what group?
It's the Frog, from chapter 4 to 9.
You are
Hello?
representing what group?
Group 2A.
Tonya
So,
Chidera.
yes, ma.
You are representing what group?
2A, 2A.
Okay, so 2A, listen and take down notes, right?
Yes. So, I'm starting from chapter 4 that said that we should consider the consequences of whatever we are doing in our daily activities. We should always ask ourselves whether whatever we are doing on our daily basis will have a positive or negative impact on our goal. So, last month, Nosadeswa said we should create our vision board. And I don't know whether all of us were able to achieve most of the things that we wrote down on our vision board. Well, I know that there are certain goals that might take up to 3 months for us to achieve. Like, for example, if you have a goal of taking a course on becoming a confident speaker, depending on the platform you are using to learn, it might take up to 2 to 3 months. But it's important for us to track weekly our progress, to know whether what we are doing will actually help us to achieve that goal. Already we know that you're not going to achieve that goal for that month. It will take you up to 3 months. So that will lead us to how to actually set goals. But from what the writer told us, because our ultimate goal in this life is for us to live long and live a happy life. So it's important for us to set goals based on different areas of our lives, not being focused on certain or one area or only 2 areas. So there are questions that the writer asked us. I'll write them down here and then later I'll put it in the group chat. What are your 3 most important business or career goals right now? The second one, what are your 3 most important family or relationship goals right now? The third one, what are your 3 most important financial goals right now? And the fourth one, what are your 3 most important health goals right now? And then for what are your 3 most important personal and professional development goals right now? What are your 3 most important social and community goals right now? Social and community goals is something like giving back to the society. And then what are your 3 biggest problems or concerns in life right now? So you'll be able to, it might be difficult to answer, but if you, after answering these questions, and then the next thing for you is to make a plan on how to achieve it, which is creating a system. So creating a system is step-by-step process that you write down on how you achieve your goal. So for example, that maybe one of my most important personal and professional development goal
Your
right now
network,
is
your
to,
network is not good, though. I'm not hearing you properly. Tony Achidera, I'm not hearing you properly. Looks like your network is fluctuating. Or is it my network?
can you hear me now? I don't
Okay,
know.
continue. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. So I said after writing down all our goals in these different areas of our lives, the next step is to set a system. A system is like a plan, the plan on how we achieve this goal. So, and I gave example, like if I want to learn a course on becoming a public speaker, I can set a system or step-by-step process on how I achieve this aim by saying enrolling in a public speaking course, practicing speaking twice a week, recording yourself speak once a week, joining a speaking club, reading a chapter of a book daily. This is my system, the step-by-step process that I've created to achieve a goal. It's also important for us to write down the challenges or obstacles that might make you not to achieve it, because whether you like it or not, you must have an obstacle or challenge. For example, for me to achieve this practicing speaking twice a week, the challenge I might have is that maybe I don't have a quiet place to practice. I might feel too nervous to practice. I'm too busy with work or school. So if you're able to write down all these challenges, it will make you to have it in mind to reduce or maybe eliminate these challenges so that it will not be a problem or the reason why you will not be able to achieve your aim. Can you hear me? Hello? Hey, please, can you hear me? Can someone hear me?
Don't worry, continue. We can hear you.
Okay, so that's it for this one. So if you're able to write down all these processes, then you will then ask yourself, if I continue doing, if from the activities you are doing, you will then ask yourself, these activities that I'm doing, will it help me to achieve any of my goals or my vision? Or will it have any negative impact or positive impact on my vision? So this is left for you and me to answer. And then let's go back to the another topic, which is practice creative procrastination. So before now, I've always heard procrastination is bad, procrastination is not good, procrastination is a thief of time. So when I saw the heading of this chapter, practice creative procrastination, I started laughing. It cracked me up. So, but the writer is trying to tell us to identify our biggest tasks and make time for it every day, and then eliminate or delegate those activities that don't make much of a contribution to our life. Yeah? Hello?
Yes, please continue.
Can you hear me? Hey, my network is bad here.
Your network is just going and coming, going and coming. But just continue. When you are wrapping up, let's know.
Okay. So for us to be able to do this creative procrastination, so that we will not shoot ourselves on the foot, we should be able to have a clear goal and set a clear systems that will help us to achieve this creative procrastination, so that it will not be as if, okay, since they said we should do creative procrastination, but you've not written down your goals and your systems clearly. So how will you now know whether you are procrastinating creatively or you are just doing anyhow, that maybe at the end of the day you will not be able to achieve your goal? So the next one is using ABCDE method continuously. There are different activities we do every day. So, but using this ABCDE method will help us to set priorities and know the most important things for us to do accordingly every day. And how do we use this method? Number one is you write down all you have to do tomorrow, today. Like for example, what you do tomorrow, you write it down this night or this evening, and then place ABCDE beside each item on your list. So let me explain. For the A item, A item is something very important to you that you must do. And then if you don't do these tasks, it will have a negative impact. But when you do it, it will have a positive impact on your goal. And A item is something only you can do. So if you have more than one A item, you prioritize them by writing A1, A2, A3 in front of each task. But remember that your A1 task is your biggest and ugliest frog. Like the word, the frog, they eat your frog. That is the biggest important task that you have to do. Then coming to the B item. B item is something you should do, but it has mild consequences. We should do it though, but even though you don't do it, it will just have mild consequences. Maybe someone might be unhappy or inconvenienced if you don't do one of these tasks. Then example of this B item is maybe checking and answering your emails. Then coming to the C item. C item is something that would be nice to do, but There are no consequences at all,
Okay.
whether you do it
Lord
or not.
Chidera.
Hello? Hello? Hey. Hello?
Lord
Can you
Chidera, can
hear
you hear
me?
me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, I know you can hear me, but I was hearing you, but your voice was breaking continuously. I don't know why. So I believe you have done very well, but you have overshot 5 minutes already, right? But that was a good presentation. Yeah, that was a good one. So members of your group should take note of the things you have written and share on what they learned from your presentation. So let's take the second speaker your um from group one, right? Let's take the
Group
second speaker
2A.
for Eat That Frog.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
is group 2A present or B can take over? We don't want to sit and
Yes,
wait for anybody.
280 present here. Hello, can you hear
2A
me,
is
sir? I mean,
present.
can you hear me,
Okay, you
ma?
can take over.
Okay. Good evening, everybody.
Noshidera, were you
Baron,
Noshidera was group what? Group one,
she's
group
group
2B,
282. Yes.
2A. And that's all with 2A. Just one presenter per group. Mhm.
What is it, ma?
So if there's is one presenter per group. We have four groups. We have four groups all together, and it's one presenter per group. So if there's anybody representing 2B, the person can join us. The person can come on board.
Ma, I don't think there's any 2B here at the moment because
Bukola,
the other person is also 2A.
Bukola,
Yes, ma. I'm in group 2A,
group
ma.
what?
2A.
So we have three speakers here that are representing group 2A. Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
ma. Yes, ma.
Okay, only group 2A is ready for today's presentation. If that's the case, we are going to slate another presentation for next week, and everybody will be mandated to join again. It's just a pity that next week will be very busy for me, but we would have to squeeze out time because I don't know why others have not joined. We've seen the representatives. Please drop a message on the group and let them know that we are waiting for them. So let's continue. Mr. Joshua Farombi, please continue your presentation. Don't repeat what other people have presented, please. Don't repeat what Tonia Chidera has presented, right? So just continue from where she stopped or present on another chapter entirely. And same goes to Bukola too. Mr. Joshua, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Joshua, can you hear me? Bukola, can you hear me? If you can hear me, you can continue your presentation for your group.
Okay, good evening, ma. Sorry, ma. The first presenter, I don't know what happened. She actually presented my parts for the because I told my group I was
Did you
not.
guys, did you guys agree on what to present on before
Yeah,
coming?
I believe we
Hello, ma.
agreed before I left the meeting. She presented my parts. Mm.
Oh,
So if she presented your part, you present her part. What part is she supposed to present? Hmm?
She's supposed to present after me, not before me. I was supposed to be the first person to present. I was supposed
Okay.
to be the person to start.
Mr. Joshua, what part were you supposed to present?
okay. I'm presenting from chapter 10 to chapter 14 or chapter 15. Yeah, chapter 15. From chapter 10 to chapter 15.
Okay. Okay. Okay, please start. Start and
Oh, okay.
present your part. It looks like
Okay,
others are
so
not.
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
let me just start with chapter 10. So the topic or the title of chapter 10 is Take It One Oil Barrel at a Time. So the summary of this chapter is just that this place was summarizing the Sahara Desert in the country, and there are so many people that have died because there's no there's no tree, there's nothing on that Sahara Desert. It's just sound and everything like that. So the country just devised a means of putting a barrel of oil 5 meters apart. That is, there's the Sahara desert is around I think 500 meters or something like that. So they are 500 kilometers. So they are now putting one barrel in each 5 kilometers. So when a plane is going over the Sahara desert, they know that they are only opportunity to see two barrels at a time. That is the barrel of oil they just left and the one that is in front. So what this chapter is just telling us is that when you are done with a task, you just focus on the next one in our front. And we should not just be looking at the total task that we want to carry out. We should just take it one step at a time. So this is just what the topic is all about. That is, if we focus on the next task that is in front of us, we'll be able to achieve all the tasks that we've laid down for ourselves each time. So that's the first chapter, which is chapter 10. And chapter 11, chapter 11 is the title is upgrade your key skills. Let's just say that okay, we are nurses. You know that one of our key skills is taking of vital signs, educating patients, knowing about the diagnosis of our patient, and having the pathophysiology knowledge of the disease. So if you know all these things, be able to perform the task that we are given each time very well because we know all the things that we are supposed to do in the task. So when we upgrade our key skills, we're able to perform better in our work, we're able to perform better at our job. So this one is usually telling us that we should upgrade our key skills. And when we've upgraded our key skills, we'll be able to do our job better because we get much motivation from doing what we know how to do better. Like now, as an individual, if you have two skills in your hand, and there is one that you know how to do better. That's the one you will tend doing more than the other one. So that's one of the things the writer was saying. And the writer also laid down like three steps of upgrading your key skills. And the first one is the person should read at least 1 hour every day on that particular skill. The second one is they should take seminar, they should go for courses on that key skill. And the third one is the the individual should listen to audio programs. And the writer was also saying that a driver stays like 500 to 1 hour to 1,000 hours every year while driving. So we should turn those hours to learning. So that's another thing. So leverage on your special talents. So let me just read the summary of this one so that we can get along with what I'm saying. We should continue to ask ourselves, what am I really good at? What do I enjoy doing most about my work? What has been the most responsible for my success in the past? If I could do any job at all, what would it be? So this person is just telling us to develop a personal plan to prepare ourselves to do the most important thing in excellent way. So this one is, I just want to move because I have 5 minutes. And another chapter I want to talk especially about is this chapter 13. Identify your key constraints. So the writer was telling us here that if anybody wants to achieve any goal, there will always be a constraint towards that goal. Let's say that if let's say that if a person wants to cook a new meal, maybe a new dish or something like that, there will always be a constraint. Maybe a constraint of not knowing how to cook that particular food at that moment, or constraint of getting the accurate or the right materials for cooking that. So the writer is just telling us that we should know our key constraints. That if we are able to identify our key constraints, we also achieve the goals that are ahead of us. Like now, let's say that okay, I want to travel from here to maybe Abuja now. I know that maybe the key constraint might be transport fare or any other thing. So identifying that key constraint will help us to focus on that key constraint. And when we are able to eradicate that key constraint to be able to achieve our goal. The writer treated the key constraint as the choking part. That is, maybe when you have been achieving a thing before, you always get to a place and there will be a chokeness that will choke you out from achieving that goal. So that's just what the writer is saying. There will be a limiting factor that make the person not achieve that goal. So um, let me move on to chapter 14, which is put the pressure on yourself. The pressure means this means putting pressure on yourself in order to achieve a goal. So the writer was even saying that there's only about 2% of people that can work entirely without supervision. So amidst the millions of people we have on the earth, there are about 2% of people that can work without supervision. That is, many people need supervision to achieve their goal. But he was telling us here that we should make sure that we are working without supervision, that we can stand alone and we can achieve our goals without pressure, without external forces pushing us to achieve our goal. So, and he also said that we should create imaginary deadlines in order for us to achieve the goal, and we should always see ourselves as a role model for others to follow. We should always raise the bar on ourselves in order to achieve the success that we are looking for. So another thing is maximize your personal powers. So this one is just talking about trying to get enough sleep and guard our physical health in order to achieve our goals. Because you know that if let's just say we started a task and we've highlighted all the things we need to achieve that task, and we've achieved the first step, second step. But if there is an emergency that maybe the person gets sick or falls sick at that moment, the person will not be able to achieve that goal at the specified time. So this is just trying to tell us that we should guard ourselves, we should guard our physical health, we should get enough sleep, we should eat enough food, we should eat the adequate food, we should eat good food that will sustain our health in order for us to achieve the success that we want to achieve. So let me just read some things at the end of the chapter. So the writer was just writing, select one activity or behavior that can change immediately, that you can change immediately to improve your overall levels of health and energy. Practice that one action over and over until it becomes a habit. So the other one I want to read is that analyze your current energy levels and your daily healthy health habits. Resolve today to improve your levels of health and energy by asking the following questions. So there are some questions that they listed in the book that will help us to achieve our goals. So that's all about the chapter 10 to chapter 15. I'm done, ma.
Okay, well done. You have done very well. You covered a lot. Thank you so much. Well done. And I'm really not happy that others did not contribute. You did not take down notes. You did not do anything. All the members of your group, they didn't even join. I'm seeing only 6 people online now. In fact, it was 3 or 4 people for a very long time. We are not taking this mentorship program seriously, and I'm not happy with us. I wanted us to have consistent meetings, like 6 meetings per month. But with the way we are acting, it means that you guys will just say I'm over laboring us with wahala. But even the 2 meetings we are having per month, we are not maximizing them, right? There is no mentorship if there is no meeting. Oh. If there is no point of meeting, then there won't be any transference of anything. Okay, so who is going next? Nurse Daniel Aduragbemi, are you ready? What group are you representing? Please, if you are in any group and the presenter is presenting, take down notes. Take down notes in the comment section. I want to see our notes in the comment section on YouTube. If you didn't join with the YouTube link, please do so. Join with the YouTube link and screenshot this page. Ask others to join us, right? So, Aduragbemi, are you ready? Join us if you are ready, please.
Ma.
Okay. You can mute your mic, Nurse Daniel. Can you hear me? Okay, so what group are you representing? What group are you representing? Are you in group 2 or group
Yes,
1?
group 2A with Farombi Joshua.
So why
I
is it
am a
only group
Farombi and Chibi
2A
group.
members that are on the group? Why is it only group 2A members that we have on the call? What happened to others? What happened to the other group leaders and the other group members? Because I said every group is supposed to be represented. So what part were you giving to present, Nurse Daniel? Nurse Daniel, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, ma. Am I audible? I don't know why it keeps going off and on.
Yes, I can hear you now. What part were you giving to present for your group?
16 to 21, ma.
Okay, that's fine. So you are carrying on from where Nurse Farombi stopped.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, please carry on.
Please, if you lost me at any point, please let me know because I don't know. It's like it's going on and off. So,
Okay, that's fine.
creative
Okay. I was not hearing you for like 1 minute.
So for chapter 16, practice creative procrastination, which is the next chapter how it knows parent stuff. So the writer made us understand that it's not possible to not procrastinate. That's why we must actively utilize that strategy. By procrastinating tasks that we know that are less important. This afternoon we're discussing in our group and we're explaining the 80-20 80-20 Pareto principle, and we're trying to clarify that we have the 20% vital few and the 80% trivial many. Now, practicing with the using the strategy of procrastination, creative procrastination, we can always move all of those tasks that are under the trivial many forward and notice or identify tasks that in the vital few, that 20% or 10 to 20% vital few, maximize them, identify them, and do them. We should use creative procrastination to move all the trivial many forward while we work on the vital few. And that's what differentiates successful people or people that we call high performers from the regular people, from the general others.
Continue. Nurse Daniel, are you done with your presentation?
Each time I try to go to where I jotted, because I use my device, I think it takes me off, like it takes my voice off completely. So we must be able to like
Okay.
practice evaluation. We must be able to evaluate as we carry out all those tasks. We must be able to look back. And for us to actually fully utilize the creative procrastination, we must create our plans before the day. I was explaining in that meeting earlier today that sitting down at the end of each day, meditating, reviewing tasks that were achieved and tasks that are yet to be achieved. Now, identifying those ones that we must achieve the next day, the most or the major tasks that must be attended to, identifying them before the next day will help us know which we can procrastinate on and which we cannot but do. So we cannot achieve creative procrastination without first identifying our plans before each day and evaluating ourselves at the end of each day. We must be able to evaluate each task at the end of each day. We must assemble our tasks into we must assemble our tasks well before each day, like I said before now.
Hello, we have lost you again, Nurse Daniel.
Using one device, I can't leave this place without the device taking my voice off. So chapter 17 tells us to choose the most difficult task and do that first. So earlier we are also sharing that the way to maximize this eat that frog is identifying the still under the Pareto principle, the 20% vital few, the most significant task, the most difficult task that will influence our lives or make us most productive, we must identify that most difficult task and take it out
Most
of the
difficult
equation.
task and take it out of the equation. What
What makes us really
what
distracted
makes us
is
really
attending to the
distracted
trivial
is
many.
attending to
We
trivial
since they
menu.
are very
Since
I'm
they are
hearing
very
myself again.
I'm hearing myself again.
All right. So
Alright.
the trivial many,
So
if
trivial
we do not
menu, if we do not
identify the vital
identify or take
few,
out vital
we
few,
get to get
we
ourselves
get
involved in the trivial many,
to
the
get
easier tasks,
involved in trivial
the tasks
menu.
that we can
Easier task,
actually
the
delegate,
tasks that we can
the
actually
tasks that are
delegate,
not urgent, not
the tasks
important,
that
the
are
tasks
not
that
urgent, not important, the tasks
that, that we can give other people to
are
do, or
that
we
we can
can
give other people to
procrastinate
do
them.
or we can
We get to
procrastinate
do
them.
them if we do not
We
like
get to do
schedule
them if
ourselves
we
so
do
well.
not like schedule ourselves so
But
well.
chapter 17 made us understand that
But
do that
chapter
most
17 made us
difficult
understand
task
that do
first.
that most difficult task first.
It boosts the energy
It
level because
boosts the energy level because
it gives us energy when we realize
it
that we
gives
have
us energy. When we realize that we have
done the most difficult task, it
done the
comes
most difficult
as
task,
a
it
moment
comes
that helps us
as the
want to
more
do
that
more.
helps us
It puts
want
us
to do
into that
more. It
flow
puts us
zone,
into that
like the
flow
writer
zone,
mentioned. It
like the
puts us into
writer
that
mentioned.
flow
It
zone.
puts us into that flow zone.
It also made us understand that
It also made us
the most
understand that
difficult
the
task
most
of doing or
difficult
carrying out a task
task or when you're
is that
carrying out task
where you have to
where
start the inertia
you
part.
have to start
Once we
the
start,
inertial part.
once you
Once
start
you
on a task
start,
and you
once you start on the
finish
task
that
and
task,
you
you are able to get on
finish that
another task.
task,
You
you
start to
are able
gain,
to get
you
on another
put
task.
yourself
You
into that
start
flow zone where we easily achieve other tasks. That's why we must always start with the most difficult task and then flow to others that are less difficult. We must eat the most ugly frog in the writer's word, the ugliest frog, the biggest frog, before we move on to less ugly frogs or less smaller frogs. The slice and dice task.
slice and
That's
dice
where we
task.
divided the
That's where
task
it
into
is.
salami, cheese, or
That's
Swiss cheese.
salami cheese or Swiss cheese.
Please, I can hear myself. Can the person please help
I
me?
can hear myself. Can person please help me? You can hear yourself, but we can hear you clearer. Your voice is now clearer. Please continue. Hello, Nosbemi.
Salami, cheese, and then we have the
Salami
Swiss
cheese, and then we have the Swiss
cheese. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the word salam.
cheese. I don't
I
know if
don't know
I'm
if
pronouncing the
salami
word
or
salam.
salama.
I don't know if salami or salami.
I just know that there are two seasons.
I just know
Is
that
that
there
the
are two
salama
seasons.
or
That
salami
is
or
salami or
the
salami
Swiss
or
cheese?
the Swiss cheese. Don't worry, continue. Since you are not in the mind of the writer, we will not know if it's salami or salamai. Is it your earpiece now or the network? We don't know which one is to blame now.
Method is the one I just explained.
Our method is where is the one I just explained.
Spread it over a bigger chunk of time and quickly
And try
assemble.
to like
Really
bigger
get
time
bloated.
and quickly assemble.
When we see
Really get
results,
created.
it comes more
When we
energy
see
into us.
results,
We got
it
related.
comes more
Then
energy to us. It
please
got
cheese
deleted.
method.
But we have these cheese method.
And that one basically works with time. Where we
And that
take
one is
out of a
basically
period
works
of
with
time,
time. When you
a chunk of
take
time,
over the time,
and we
the
know that,
chunk
oh,
of
this is
time,
what we are doing for this
we know
time.
that
Or
oh,
we're
this
going
is what we are doing for this
to achieve
time.
this
Or
in
we're
this
going to keep
then we can take
achieving
a
that
break.
thing.
Maybe
Then
it's
we can
5
take a
minutes,
break.
maybe
Maybe
it's
it's
10
5
minutes.
minutes.
So we're
Maybe
cutting
it's
out a
10
chunk
minutes.
of time,
So we're cutting out a
15
chunk
minutes or
of
5 minutes. Then we keep at
time.
that task. We can take a
Then we
break, maybe
keep at
just
that
take
task.
a
We can take a
or
break.
switch
Maybe
to
just
another
take a
task,
switch to another
and then
task.
come back to it again,
And
depending
then
on how
come back
difficult
to
it
it
is.
again.
So that's the
And
Swiss
how
cheese.
difficult it is.
Salami
So
cheese
that's
is
the
the one where you
thing.
get to keep
Salami
working.
is the one where
But
you
the
get to
Swiss
keep
cheese is where you
working.
cut out a chunk
But
of
the
time.
switch is when you
Either
cut out
way,
a
either
chunk of
method we
time.
apply,
Either
we
way, either
achieve
method we
results.
apply,
the actual result. Then chapter 19, chapter 20, chapter 21, create large chunks of time, develop a sense of urgency. Large chunks of time. So now chapter 19, create a large chunk of time. Chapter 20, develop a sense of urgency. And chapter 21, single handle every task. It's just like a repetition
Single
of
what?
this. Just like a repetition of the single handle every task. Single handle every task.
Okay.
Yes, now that's the last chapter. Yes, so that's the last week chapter is what I want to talk about now. It's just like a repetition of the switch
Okay,
keys.
please go.
Just like a repetition of the switch keys. A large chunk of time. The writer really helped us in rephrasing and repeating more in our mind. When we set out a large chunk of time, we're able to keep at a task till we attain certain things or take breaks in between. So we can keep working at that for let's say 1 hour. Then we get up maybe a tea break. Then with a sense of urgency, we're able to attain even more. The writer quoted Albert Uberger. He defined self-discipline as the ability to make yourself do what you should do when you should do it. So when you develop that sense of urgency, put yourself under discipline. Keep at what you are doing. You are taking. Don't stop. Give yourself a time frame. By this time must have been done with this time. When we attain that result, it also pumps energy into us. We are ready for the next. But we must not forget the rule of taking out the task, then slowing to others, less earlier task. You must come down that way.
Okay, are you done with your with chapter 20?
Ma'am?
Are you done with your presentation?
Yes, basically that's
So group let me check the group now. Group 1A, you guys have cleared the whole of Eat That Frog. So it automatically means that group 1B, group 2A.
Yes, ma'am.
Group 2A, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, okay, you have cleared the whole of Eat That Frog. So 2A and 2B are supposed to read Eat That Frog. So now I don't know where 2B went, but when they come, they will have to they will have to tell me when they are ready for their own presentation next week. And we are going to take the rest of everyone. That's 1A, 2B, and 1B. Because there are 2 people here, they're in the comment section, they say I'm in 1A. Why are you not joining with the guest link to present on behalf of your group? Nurse Praise Arifayo, Nurse Remide, Adekoya, why are you not presenting on behalf of your group? So you guys will create your own day next week to do your own presentation as group group what? Group 2A, right? Who has been presenting since? Is it group 2A? Nurse Bemi, you are in
Yes,
group 2A, right?
yes, ma'am.
As nurse group two, as group 2A members have presented, we have had 4 people on the call and 3 people have presented tonight. So next week we'll be up for another presentation. Since we all decided not to show up today, we are going to do it next week, and it's not going to stop the plans for next week's um goals to be achieved, because we are reading another book next week. We cannot continue reading this present book. So should I even give us next week? Maybe we should not move into next week. Let's just see. Today is Wednesday, so I'll give us till Saturday. Saturday, yes, Saturday. On Saturday, the other groups have to show up. I don't know how we want to do it, but you have to show up 4 p.m. 4 to 5 p.m. on Saturday, right? Okay, thank you so much, Nurse Gbemi, for today's presentation. And thank you. Nurse Uzo, you are supposed to be on this call. You are not supposed to be in the comment section. You are not supposed to be in the comment section. And then thank you, Nurse Farumbi, Nurse Tony Achidera. Thank you for presenting this evening on Eat That Frog. And I believe that between the 3 of you guys covered about 9 chapters, which is really amazing. 9 chapters or more. Some people presented on 3-4 chapters. That's really nice. So Nurse Chinas, are you ready for your presentation, or is it your group that's been presenting? I think Nurse Chinaza is in group 1. Or is it group 2? Yes, I think it's group 2. Nurse Uzo, are you in group 1B, group 2B? Drop it in the comments. I'm waiting for you. Okay, looks like she cannot hear me. So thank you everyone for today. We've spent 1 hour on the call already. So come Saturday, we are going to take the rest of the speakers. I want everyone to be ready, please. So brush up the rest of what you have to read so that you can be on the call, right? Thank you so much, everyone. And I wish us all the best eating our frogs for the month of May. Stepping into the month of May, and that's why we are having our presentations at the end of the month. On the same Saturday, we are going to have our month of May, right? So if we don't have it on Saturday, we have it on Sunday. That means that we have ended up choking up ourselves for the month of May. So tomorrow is 1st of May. Saturday is 3rd. That 3rd of May, I'm even busy. I'm busy on that day, but let's just see how 4 p.m. will be, or 5 p.m. Maybe 5 to 6 p.m. Let's see how it will be. Chinaza, you said you're in group what? I can't really see your. Next week. Well, how will we have enough time for next week's work? Because next week will come with its own commitments. That's the problem. And that's why we're giving 1 month to read. Okay, so let's end today's call. Thank you all. We'll continue our discussion on WhatsApp. God bless you all.